1. Which principle of adult learning emphasizes the importance of connecting new skills to prior experiences? A. Behaviorism. B. Andragogy. C. Constructivism. D. Cognitive dissonance. 2. In an apprenticeship setting, what is the best evaluation method to measure applied technical skills? A. Multiple choice exam. B. Oral presentation. C. Practical demonstration. D. Peer review survey. 3. Which curriculum development step ensures alignment between training objectives and performance outcomes? A. Content sequencing. B. Summative assessment. C. Formative feedback. D. Needs analysis. 4. When a mentor uses open-ended questioning to guide problem solving, they are applying which communication technique? A. Active listening. B. Coaching dialogue. C. Directive feedback. D. Closed questioning. 5. Which regulatory compliance factor is most critical in structuring apprenticeship programs? A. Union membership. B. Accreditation standards. C. Onboarding costs. D. Social media policy. 6. What is the most effective strategy for mentoring diverse apprentices with different learning styles? A. Using one standardized method. B. Rotating mentors frequently. C. Differentiated instruction. D. Limiting learner autonomy. 7. In evaluating an apprenticeship module, formative assessment primarily serves to A. Certify completion. B. Diagnose progress. C. Assign grades. D. Compare apprentices. 8. Which adult learning principle emphasizes autonomy and self-direction? A. Behaviorist principle. B. Experiential learning. C. Self-determination theory. D. Instructional scaffolding. 9. When developing curriculum for apprenticeships, which factor ensures long-term retention of skills? A. Memorization drills. E. Immediate feedback. C. Simulation activities. D. Group discussions. 10. Which communication barrier most often disrupts mentor-apprentice relationships? A. Noise interference. B. Power distance. C. Overstructuring curriculum. D. Misaligned evaluation tools. 11. What is the most valid method to evaluate soft skills in apprenticeships? A. Written test. B. Observational rubric. C. Self-reported survey. D. Online simulation. 12. Which curriculum model best supports competency-based apprenticeship training? A. Tyler's Objectives Model. B. Product Model. C. Experiential Model. D. Competency-based model. 13. A mentor who models tasks and then gradually reduces assistance is practicing A. Coaching. B. Apprenticeship fading. C. Directive teaching. D. Summative instruction. 14. Regulatory compliance in apprenticeships often requires documentation of A. Learners' hobbies. B. Mentor biographies. C. Training hours and competencies. D. Recruitment ads. 15. Which evaluation technique best identifies whether learning outcomes were achieved? A. Needs assessment. B. Summative assessment. C. Peer review. D. Feedback surveys. 16. In adult learning, reflection after practice most directly enhances A. Memorization. B. Critical thinking. C. Group cohesion. D. Repetition accuracy. 17. Which feedback style best supports apprentice motivation? A. Delayed and generalized. B. Immediate and specific. C. Negative and directive. D. Neutral and vague. 18. A mentor requiring an apprentice to justify their reasoning applies? A. Summative evaluation. B. Reflective questioning. C. Directive assessment. D. Summarizing feedback. 19. Apprenticeship curriculum that integrates safety standards aligns with A. Cognitive load theory. B. Regulatory compliance. C. Self-directed learning. D. Peer evaluation. 20. Which communication method most effectively resolves conflict between mentor and apprentice? A. Written policies. E. Active listening. C. Directive feedback. D. Avoidance. 21. Which tool best measures workplace competency in apprenticeships? A. Case study analysis. B. Task checklist. C. Essay test. D. Peer group survey. 22. Apprenticeships that incorporate cross-training encourage? A. Role confusion. B. Transfer of learning. C. Memorization. D. Higher dropout rates. 23. When an apprentice evaluates their own progress, they are engaging in A. Self-assessment. B. Formative evaluation. C. Diagnostic testing. D. Peer review. 24. What is the mentor's primary responsibility in apprenticeship training? A. Enforce compliance. B. Facilitate skill development. C. Design summative exams. D. Eliminate reflection. 25. Which curriculum evaluation method ensures long-term improvement? A. Outcome-based assessment. B. Annual accreditation. C. Single feedback session. D. Random observation. 26. Adult learners value training that is A. Abstract and theoretical. B. Relevant and practical. C. Passive and scripted. D. Isolated from experience. 27. Apprenticeship mentors who use role play are primarily enhancing A. Critical thinking. B. Interpersonal skills. C. Memory recall. D. Technical writing. 28. Which regulatory requirement often dictates apprenticeship ratios? A. Government labor laws. B. Union agreements. C. Insurance companies. D. Social media platforms. 29. Effective apprenticeship curriculum should balance A. Knowledge and application. A. Cost and retention. C. Testing and memorization. D. Authority and autonomy. 30. A feedback system that allows apprentices to comment on their mentors promotes A. Vertical communication. B. Two-way feedback. C. Summative evaluation. D. Instructor control. 31. Which adult learning principle stresses immediate application of knowledge? A. Constructivism. B. Experiential learning. C. Metacognition. D. Bloom's taxonomy. 32. The best way to assess mentoring effectiveness is by A. Apprentice satisfaction surveys. B. Compliance audits. C. Competency demonstrations. D. Mentor self-reflection. 33. In curriculum design, sequencing simple to complex tasks reflects A. Scaffolding. E. Summative design. C. Diagnostic learning. D. Peer instruction. 34. Which is a risk of not adhering to apprenticeship compliance standards? A. Higher learner motivation. B. Legal penalties. C. Increased productivity. D. Peer mentoring expansion. 35. What is the primary advantage of peer mentoring and apprenticeships? A. Reduced costs. B. Shared experience learning. C. Standardized curriculum. D. Less need for evaluation. 36. Which evaluation type occurs before training begins? A. Summative. B. Diagnostic. C. Formative. D. Reflective. 37. What communication method best supports apprentices with limited literacy skills? A. Written manuals. B. Demonstrations and visuals. C. Complex handbooks. D. Extended lectures. 38. Mentors who provide constructive criticism are practicing A. Negative evaluation. B. Feedback for improvement. C. Regulatory compliance. D. Self-assessment. 39. Which regulatory framework often governs apprenticeship program safety? A. OSHA standards. B. Peer mentoring policies. C. Apprenticeship fading. D. Cognitive theories. 40. Which curriculum element ensures assessment aligns with objectives? A. Learning outcomes. B. Mentor reflection. C. Peer review. D. Administrative reports.